What's going on? Welcome once again to a day in the life of Demi Griner. Obviously, Demi Griner being me, and I'm here to do another recording of my little podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about hatred, and there are multiple paths which we can follow to talk about hatred. But one of the paths that I'm going to be following it through in the beginning is, for example, hating things on the internet or hatred on the internet. And there are things that people hate just for hating. There are no particular reasons. There is nothing that would possibly cause an individual, a civilized individual, to hate on something. Yet they do. It only leads me to one conclusion, however, which is it's gotta be a person who are lacking attention. Because a lot of people do this. That's literally one of the ways of people getting attention the fastest and the easiest. Like, I hate your things. And then whoever they commented that on is going to try and sort of like, defend themselves, which leads to basically like, so why do you hate my stuff? Is that a particular reason? Do you want to suggest something? And this leads to a conversation, and these individuals actually get some sort of, gratification out of their hatred comment or whatever. But do we really have to do that? Like, why can't we just... Maybe it's just because of the impact that basically hating on things has. Because I was just recording a podcast, recording the Maze of Thoughts podcast, which you can check on the blog, by the way, grindersverdict.blogspot.com. And basically, I was just thinking about it. Or we were just talking about it, rather. And basically, some people just troll others, and just like the negative comments are so much more impactful than the positive comments, where you could have 900 positive comments which get no traction whatsoever, and then you get one negative, or you get 100 negative comments, and they just completely ruin your day. So obviously you can see that the ratio here is crazy. I mean, it's 900 to 100. That's 90% to 10%. I mean, that's nuts. Why would anybody care about those 10%? It's like if you were a company and you were 90% profit and 10% like prejudice or whatever, you would be super happy. I mean, we're profiting like crazy. So if you're a content creator or something and you got 900 positive comments and you got 100 negative comments, it's crazy good. It's because 900 people are satisfied with your stuff and 100 people are either trolls, haters, or just plainly didn't really like it. And maybe they are actually criticizing in a very positive manner, because that's something that you can do. I love when I do things. I love when people criticize in a positive way my work, which is basically if I do something, they tell me this was way too long, which basically when I started doing my Portuguese podcast, Insolitamente Comum, which I haven't done it in a long time, but basically when I started doing it, I started doing it for like 1 hour, 2 hours, and people tell me, man, I love the podcast. I love your voice. I think everything is amazing. The quality is super good. But the problem is it's too long. And I started taking that into consideration. And I said, I guess you're right. Because not only by doing this shorter, by making this shorter, it's not only going to make it better for the audience, but it's also going to be way better for me, because it cuts on time for producing, cuts on time for recording, cuts on time for uploading, promotion is kind of like whatever, but it's better for me as well, a lot better, because I started doing 20 to 30 minute episodes rather than like 1 to 2 hours. And honestly, I'm going to tell you something. I mean, it's exactly what I'm doing with this podcast, because when I was doing that other podcast, sometimes for reaching the 1 hour to 2 hour mark, I would be just like saying nothing, absolutely nothing, because at some point you're just, where's the conversation? There's a difference between you talking to yourself or talking by yourself to a recording or a podcast or something and having a conversation with another person. Because if I'm having an interview or if I'm having a conversation with another person, I can guarantee you it's never going to be 30 minutes. That's just not enough for an interview. In my opinion, it's just not enough. So if I'm having a conversation, I'm doing an interview, it has to be at least 1 hour. And the best is 1 hour and a half to 2 hours. To me, that's like perfect time for a conversation between two individuals to come to a conclusion, to get some insight about the person talking to, being the guest. And I think that's like on spot. And also it's interesting because it's two perspectives coming into play. So it's kind of like, to me it's interesting anyways. But going back to the hatred thing, I feel like we need more positivity in our lives. And I also did a Maze of Thoughts podcast talking about this. And guys, stop being so negative and stop focusing on the negative things. Because the whole reason, in my opinion, the whole reason why there's so much negative comments and there's so much negativity around video games and around like even music and movies and videos and podcasts and whatever. But the reason why there's so much negativity is simply because of the fact that it sells and people love drama. But it's a very unhealthy way of doing things, because whoever is on the negative side of this equation, let's say, is going to be damaged, whether it's mental health issues or whether it's just like, monetization issues or whatever it is. It's just like, it's not good. It's very, very negative. It's damaging to a person. So let's just stop hating so much. If you want to criticize something, you either tell it in a positive way where you criticize it, but you are suggesting, and you're not criticizing just to criticize and to just bring down whoever's doing something, right? So you try to criticize in a positive manner. I've said this so many times now, but it's true. And if you see something that you don't like, just disregard it. Just don't say anything. And I mean, it feels like it's kind of a broken record at this point. There's been so many people talking about this, so many people saying the exact same thing as I'm saying. But the truth is, like, we need to, as much as we keep talking about it, and as much as it doesn't change, I kind of feel better to just say it. So stop being so negative, guys. Stop focusing so much on negativity and start spreading some energy, some positive vibes, some positive energy, Let's just be better and be good to each other, all right? So, but that's it from me, guys. So thank you guys very much for listening to this episode. Go check the blog on grindersverdict.blogspot.com. This is also available on anchor.fm/grindersverdict. The channel on YouTube, which I'm thinking about posting some videos, basically doing kind of the same thing as the podcast, but it's going to be different. So I'm basically just going to be doing some videos, so you're going to be able to see me as I'm talking. But if you want to continue to listen to the podcast, by all means, please do so. So yeah, YouTube is youtube.com/thedmgrinder. And that's because I made the channel in 2013 or 12 or something. And around those times with the little subscribers that you had, or you didn't even need subscribers to set up like a specific channel link. So I still have it. So yeah, it's the DM Grinder. So go check it out. Give it a subscribe if you wish. I'll continue to do the podcasts on, it's not going to be a daily basis as I've explained that before, but it's going to be something like this. Whenever I feel like it, I'm going to be recording it. I'm going to be talking to you guys. So if you like the podcast, please subscribe on anchor.fm/Grounders Verdict. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.